Hello, everyone, and welcome to Road to Edo 2024 on Independent Television, our flagship program for the 2024 governorship election in Edo State, which is a special platform designed for all aspirants to showcase themselves, highlight themselves, and bond with their party members who, at the moment, are the kings because they are the ones who will actually decide their fate at the primaries proper. So if you want to have that robust relationship with your party members, party leaders, this is one platform you can take advantage of so you can showcase yourself, sell yourself, let your party members and leadership know more about you beyond what they already know. That's why this program was specially designed. My name is Sonny Duke Okosun, your host for today. The program is also on every Wednesday where Daniel Prezos Adememi will be hosting you. And then, of course, on Friday with Egosa Agmalaho. Our guest today on the program has been here before, a former deputy governorship candidate in Edo State, also a former council chairman, specifically Eastern Northeast Local Government Council chairman in Edo State. I'd like to thank very especially Honorable John Ehibachonwa YAKUBU. Many thanks for joining us again on the program Road to Edo 2024.
Good evening, viewer. Thank you for having me, Sonny Duke. Thank you.
Good to have you. So talk to us quickly. Why are you running? Why are you interested in becoming Edo State governor?
Well, I've said it before, and I'll continue to tell Edo people, and most especially my party leaders and members of the People Democratic Party, the party to beat in 2024. The capacity, the will power to continue to deliver the dividend of democracy to our people. And like I keep saying, my heart beats for this state, where I have been since my birth, and I have been part of the process that have taken charge of Edo State as a state, and having grown from where we started from, the local government chairman, as it were, in 2007 to 2010, the deputy governorship candidate in 2016 governorship election that contested against the incumbent governor. By the grace of God, I strongly believe that the capacity to build on whatever we've had over the period is there for Edo people to witness. So that is one of the major reasons that I'm pushing myself forward to my party leadership and party faithful, so that I'll be nominated at the end of the day between the 1st of February and 24 as set out by INEC for the nomination, so that we can be presented, I can be presented to Edo people for that position. And if eventually elected, by the grace of God, we have the capacity to continue to build on what we have. Everything, is it in infrastructure, is it in education, is it agriculture? We're going to begin to look at this area, is it on security, to make sure that, like I said in my slogan, Edo of our dream. Edo of our dream in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, Edo of our dream is possible.
Fantastic. You have been a council chairman in Edo State. Yeah. What can we look back to as your major achievements as a council chairman? And having served at that level, why are you not satisfied with what you have achieved, if there are any achievements, as it were?
Well, thank God that this question is coming once again from you on this program. Honestly speaking, what I did in Eastern Northeast Local Government as the chairman of that local government 13 years ago, I did it not because I was going to use it to campaign for 2023, 13 years after, but I did them because that was the right thing to do. You can go back to Eastern Northeast Local Government and these things are verifiable. Like I said on the program like this, I am sure you have 774 local government in Nigeria. I am sure I am the only person, the only local government chairman who beat a police barrack for security of our people. Beat a police barrack, and I donated it to the police force of this country. You have, like I said, you have 774. You have that. On infrastructure, road-wise, 2 years and 10 months after our administration, I could count on my fingertip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 roads asphalted with drains on both sides. Far from that, when it comes to electricity, You could count over 15 transformers bought by the council and installed for our people to use. You again come to Eastern Northeast local government today. The council quarter, before I was elected as the council chairman, Sonny Duke, the council was on the rented apartment. The chairman of the council was on the rented apartment. The secretary and what have you. And when I got to the local council, I said, look, we can't be here with the little resources available and we're paying so much money for rented apartment for staffs and workers to stay. Within that space of 2 years and 10 months, I built a staff quarter. Not just a staff quarter for members of the local government alone. The police, the DPO of Eastern Northeast local government was also expected to enjoy a quota from that staff quota. Because most of the times when you transfer a DPO from Benin to Eastern Northeast local government, the first thing he will keep doing is either stay in the hotel or begin to look for a place to stay. But because we have beat that, all you needed to do, I really don't know whether they still allow them to use it now, but as at the time I was local government chairman, once you are transferred as the DPO to the local government, you have an apartment waiting for you. On issues of health, we did not stop. I did not just stop at building health centers or managing health centers. I went beyond managing the health center belonging to the local government, and I went into the general hospital in Urumi. Within that same period of 2 years and 10 months, there was only one doctor available to the general hospital employed by the state government. What did I do as the local government chairman? I approached the NYC officials in Benin and they gave me 2 doctors, which we pay, rendered an accommodation for them, and for the period I was chairman of that council, those doctors were there administering healthcare to my people in the Eastern Northeast local government. So when you begin to ask me of what we did while I was chairman, it is not for me to come to the television station here to begin to enumerate them. It is for my people in Eastern Northeast local government, Urumi, who are there on a daily basis, there to verify those programs and tell you and say, yes, the police station itself was brought down before I assumed office as the chairman of the local government. You can go there and check the model police station that I built there within a period of 8 months, because that was the first project outside the police barrack that we built. So what we did as local government chairman, what I provided as local government chairman, I did not do them because I was going to use them to campaign 13 years after. No, I did them because that was the right thing to do. It is in that regard that I speak to Edo people. It is in that regard that I tell Edo people, given the opportunity, nominated by my party and voted for by Edo people, we're going to repeat exactly, or if not more, spending Edo people's money for the benefit of Edo people.
As lofty as these projects are that you've just highlighted, yes, it's a platform for you to remind your party members to solicit their support and all of that. Yes. As lofty as these achievements are, yes, it's on record that you didn't get a second term in office.
Yes, I really may not want to go into that, but I will just say some few things here, because this is known to Edo as a whole. Everybody, that in 2013, when I contested to have a second term in office as the local government chairman, that election was conducted 3 times. For the 4th time we won, the 2nd time we won, and when the election was conducted for the 3rd time, while we were still in Eastern Northeast local government counting result, at about 4 p.m., the power that be in Edo under Solomon Ogo and started announcing the result of the election in the Eastern Northeast local government. And today, I thank Honorable Justice Iraga, who was the chairman of it, because I approached the court. I didn't stop there. I approached the court and she ruled that it was shameful that a result that was not collated was announced in Benin. It's there on record. I still have a copy of that judgment. So that I didn't have a second tenure, not because my people were not ready to vote for me for a second tenure. We were robbed. I was robbed. But I'm happy today, but I didn't have to wait for a second tenure to do what I needed to do for our people. If it was only 2 years that we had, that 2 years and 10 months was enough for me today to begin to go back and tell you, go back to the same local government and those projects are there for you to verify. If after 13 years, not a single road has been added to the level that I started and asphalted and with drains, if for 13 years all the chairmen we've had added just one, I'm sure by today we'll have 13 asphalted roads in the Eastern Northeast local government. Because whatever you have, money available to whether state or local government, it is meant for you to develop the local government and not for your personal aggrandizement.
Okay. quickly talk to us. Today's world is called a knowledge economy, which means the indices of development that were in place in the days of yore, particularly when you were in office as a council chairman, and perhaps when you became the deputy governorship candidate of your party, the PDP, at the time, has changed tremendously. What is your model in tackling insecurity, in building the economy, in infrastructural regeneration as far as Edo State is concerned? What's your model?
Well, let me quickly say this about security, because one of the major problems that we have in our state today, which I believe that is being tackled gradually, but would have put a final touch to it, giving the opportunity to be the next governor of the state, is about insecurity of our people in a hinterland, not having the opportunity to do what they are expected to do, to add their voices or add whatever they want to add to the productivity of the state. And a lot of our people are not able to go to farm because of insecurity. But I tell you, nobody will be, no stranger will be allowed to come into the forest of Edo State to begin to harass our people. How do we do that? Honestly speaking, the ownership belongs to the people of those villages. They will take absolute control of those of our farmland so that our people can go back to farm. There's no way, there is no Edo man, let's not mention a particular state up north, who can live here, Sonny, go to any other state outside Edo State to begin to harass indigenes of that state. So we will not allow insecurity, allow strangers to take control of our forest, of our land. That is C, because I'll be leading that and making sure that that is done. On infrastructure, very soon you'll be seeing on the television station. I was in Ikboba Slope recently. Honestly speaking, it's an eyesore that on a daily basis you can see the level of traffic jam on Ikboba Slope Bridge. And what is the challenge? On Ikboba Slope Bridge, what is the challenge? A bridge that was built about 50 years ago. Tiny, small, compared to the incoming and the outgoing road. And by the time you get there every morning, you start seeing people struggling on both sides of the road, trying to pass through that bridge. And that it will result to a traffic jam, and a lot of persons would have spent hours there. Given the opportunity, like I said, I was an ordinary local government chairman and I could attend to the number of roads I attended to. Given the opportunity to be the chief executive of this state, roads, infrastructure at that level will be a major priority, because you need to put those things on ground for you to begin to attract people who will want to come and invest in your state. If you don't have roads, you don't have water, you don't have electricity, you don't have security, no matter where you go to, if you like travel from here to UK or United States to begin to try to harvest people to come and invest, they will not come. But when these things are in place and they see it, whether you like it, they're going to come in drove. I tell you this, go to the part of the what I refer to, what I keep referring to as the outer ring road. The right flank of it has been completed, and by the grace of God, like, let me repeat here, let me say it, it's a promise to Edo people, given the opportunity to be the chief executive of Edo State, the second part of the outer ring road will be constructed.
But that's a federal government project.
No, I say this with all sincerity. No road, the second part, the first part is a federal government project, the second part is not. Nothing has been constructed there. So what I intend to do today, the first part of the outer ring road is where you have the Yozane, the glass company. Mention them, because you have that place was opened by Chief Tony Aneni as the then Minister of Works. Then the second part of the ring road, which will go on the left flank to Sapler Road, is the one that we will construct. We will put it there, so that again we will have the inner ring road and have the outer ring road. It's doable. We will have to do that so that by the time we put that bridge, sorry, not bridge now, that second part of the outer ring road, you will discover that the Benin would have been open again and a lot of persons would have gone to these places to begin to put down investment. So when you talk about infrastructure, it is the willpower to spend government money for the benefit of our people and not spending that same money for yourself. And once you have the willpower to put the money down and say, yes, if it is 10 naira, it's meant for Edo people, whether you like it or not, at the end of the day, you'll be successful in making sure that you deliver the dividend of democracy to our people in Edo State.
There are those who feel that Honorable John Ewachoma YAKUBU is one of those traditional politicians that we have in Edo State, which means for everything they've earned or achieved made possible by their participation in politics.
Yes.
Before Honorable John Eyiwachoma came into politics, what was life like for you and with you, as it were?
Well, Sonny, let me thank you. It might not be proper if you refer to me as a traditional politician, but I am one. Before I ever ventured into politics, that is this traditional politics that we have in Edo State, coming on board in 1999, if I'm correct now, because the bidding of PDP actually started in 1998, I have been involved in unionism in the school. I was a student union leader in Auchi Polytechnic, and that led me into being arrested for a crime I did not commit. And what was it? We wanted the government, the military government then had promised us 500 naira at bursary. And when we waited and they were not paying us, we went to the street, and I led that demonstration, and I was arrested. But let's come back to the question that you asked. Okay. I am not a traditional politician. I'm a trader. Today, by the grace of God, I sell cement. I trade on cement. I haul cement. Even after, immediately I finished as the local government chairman, I came back to my store. I won't call it an office. I came back to my store, opened it, and by the next day, I started looking for customers to come and buy from me. So I am not in any way looking for an opportunity to spend government money for myself. No.
So when you were a local government chairman, you closed shop and dedicated all your time to full-time business. So your business was shut down because you were in politics?
No, my business was not fully shut down because I was in politics. What I did was to arrange the business in a way, issue of LPGs, because by the grace of God we have LPGs filling plant in Benin, Mito cement business, I sell cement, is to arrange it in a way to make sure that the manager and other workers were in charge while I go doing the business of Eastern Northeast local government. And when I had finished, a week after, I'm not sure it was even until a week after, I left Eastern Northeast local government. I came back to Benin and took over the running of the small business that I do. And by the grace of God today, that business is able to employ about 48 workers. So at the end of today is 30th of October, and I'm sure by today, tomorrow, or yesterday, these 48 persons that you see would have continued to earn their salary, to send their children to school, go to market to make sure that they live well under Joyak Ventures Nigeria Limited. So I'm not that kind of traditional politician that would depend on politics. I left the local government chairman 13 years ago. I'm sure if I had survived, if I'd been surviving on the fact that I was local government chairman 13 years ago, by now I would have been begging for arms on the street of Benin. But God have done that. We are able to keep on. I am able to trade on. I am able to employ people. I am able to make sure that I don't speak from all the sides of my mouth because of politics.
There's no record that while you were there as council chairman, which you always make reference to. I mean, congratulations for the things that you achieved. There's no record of you leaving anything behind in the treasury of the council. There's no record to that effect.
Well, I say this, Sonny. A lot of the things I say here, are verifiable. Is it the road construction? Is it the healthcare centers that we build? Is it giving bursary to student nurses? 250,000 naira, which we gave to about 20 of them to make sure that we have enough healthcare trained personnel in Eastern Northeast local government. All these things are verifiable. But I tell you, I just mentioned 8 roads. We wanted to complete it 10. And at the time I was leaving, I left in the coffer of the council about 75 million. Unfortunately, I'm saying this again and again. We left in October 2010. By December 2010, they have celebrated Christmas with that money. Honestly, you can go and verify. With nothing was put on ground. They celebrated Christmas with that money. Money meant for the asphalting of DJ Street and Udo Street. They have celebrated Christmas with it. And because we were not allowed to continue to, and let me tell you this, and I promise Edo people, given the opportunity to lead this state, local councils will be given the opportunity to do their best. Whatever it is allowed, giving them, they will get it to do whatever they need to do for the people. Because if not for the fact that I needed to apply to the state governor for approval before I could spend that money for my people. I applied severally, but I was denied. And by the time I left, the person who came in as the interim chairman applied, and that money was released in December. Like I keep saying, they celebrated Christmas with it.
Okay.
It's so sad.
If you just join us, the program is Road to Edo 2024 on ITV, and on a platform created to showcase aspirants for the 2024 governorship election, irrespective of your political affiliation, whether you're in PDP, you're in APC, Labour Party, whatever the name of the party, you're welcome to this platform. Just contact the producer, Road to Edo 2024, and of course, we'll give you all the necessary details for you to be a part of the program. I can tell you for sure and for free, you will certainly be glad for doing just that. Our guest today is a PDP Edo 2024 governorship aspirant, Honorable John Ehirachoma YAKUBU, who is a former PDP deputy governorship candidate and also a former Eastern Northeast Local Government Council chairman. Just before we call it a wrap, historically, this has been occurring like a recurring decimal. The constant friction between state chief executive and party leaders. What is your model in dealing with that problem? Because you're saying if you're given the nomination and then eventually you get elected to represent, to lead the state, you're going to do things differently. What is your model in dealing with this crop of people who are just out there waiting to latch on what is available in the state treasury? How are you going to deal with that issue?
Well, I would have asked that you take that back. These people waiting to latch on what is available.
And because cases are bound, of contracts being given to party leaders, and those contracts are never executed. The money goes into their pocket. You just made reference to 75 million naira you left in the treasury of the local government council, and at the end of the day, it was used to celebrate Christmas. Is that what we're talking about?
No, it was because the governor of the state then allowed the sitting interim local government chairman to do that. I would not have done that. And let me say this quickly concerning the question that you just asked. If any contract is abandoned by a party leader, it is not the party leader who abandoned the contract. It is because the chief executive have allowed such contract to be abandoned. And let me say this, honestly speaking. Today, I am talking to PDP members in the state. I'm not talking to technocrats like you. I'm not talking to bankers dressed like you to assist me in the process of being nominated. I'm talking to politicians. And when they have assisted me in a way to get the nomination and by extension elected, and you're saying that at the end of the day, I should call them, what did you call them? Latch on what? Latch on what is available in the state? That is a wrong description of party leadership. They are part, in short, what I am supposed to do, the program that I'm supposed to execute is supposed to be put together, not only by myself alone, but by party leaders working in collaboration with everybody, including a lot of the party leaders who will, at the end of the day, leave whatever they're doing now to make sure that the nomination stay through, and at the end of the day, that I'm elected.
So in other words, you are going to encourage political patronage.
It's not about political patronage. Sonny, you don't need to be an engineer to be able to renovate a primary school. I tell you this, and I want to plead with you, because outside today's program, and I know I'm going to appear more, I'm now going to spend the time telling Edo people how I intend to do those things I preach to Edo people. Let me tell you, I want to quickly say this. Yeah. There was it was the name of primary school I beat. There's a difference between stealing government money and using the money for the benefit of our people. There's a primary school I attended. Who's the name of primary school? Beat it with terrazzo on the floor and everything. I tell you, take your camera to the primary school today. You know what they did? Some persons went there with the collaboration of, these are not party chieftains, these are not party leaders, but some contractors who probably realized that the governor is not even aware of where the primary school is. They went there, repented the primary school, and said it is whether 2014 MDG project. And by the time we get into office, whoever have done that to that primary school, we cough out the money. Because you don't just steal the people blind because you realize that the governor is not even aware of where the project is. That is my primary school, which I built, with fans on all the in all the classrooms, with computer on primary 6, 5, and 4. In 2014, thereabout, somebody just deceived the government here. He's not a politician. He should be a technocrat, the way they call themselves. Went to my primary school, repented the place, and collected the money, and wrote there, MDG, whether I did to 2024. That will be investigated. So when you talk about political patronage, politicians, yes, not all of them. There are some politicians, some persons who are politicians, who are good contractors. If there are jobs they can do, and they can do it well, why, I mean, starving them of such job? If you can renovate a primary school that actually needs renovation, and I know that I have an engineer that will supervise it, and the contract is given, all we need to do is to make sure that the job is done to specification and that you are paid. So when you start talking about latching on to the people, no, it is not. I want to disabuse the mind of the people, because as we speak today, people are running from pillar to post, begging politicians, but when they have helped them, they will revert back to their technical friends who will come into the state to further impoverish the state. So it is not about politicians. Yes, you are a politician, I am one, because you are going to do, whether you like it or not, you will vote. You will definitely come out to vote on that day to support the candidate of your choice. But what we have now, we have people in PDP. If I call politicians rogue thieves, I should leave them now and go and beg my friends who are technocrats to come and nominate me so that I'll be elected.
Thank you very much, Honorable John YAKUBU. As we call this program to, we'll bring this program to a close, we'll just take a final shot from you as you talk to your party members as we move towards the party primaries coming up on the between the 1st of February to 24th of February 2024. Well, still a long way to go, but not so long. That's why we're inviting you, if you're an aspirant, a serious one. I mean, this program will actually show to Edo people the serious aspirants and the pretenders. Yeah, those who have something to offer and those who don't have nothing to offer. All right, so quickly talk to us, talk to your party members, as we call it around.
Well, let me thank members of my great party, the PDP. We've been there from inception, 24 years now. Some of them have gone out to other parties. Some of them have come back. We've been there. I have remained there. By the grace of God, I'm not sure I have moved an inch out of the People Democratic Party. But I want to appeal to our party members. The only way we can begin to let the people know that we are there to serve them is to remain one, rather than dividing ourselves. I strongly believe that when we come together as one great indivisible party, Edo people will continue to look up to us, and at the end, given the opportunity, I, John Ehiwachoma Yakubu, will provide the dividend of democracy to our teaming people in Edo State. But let me quickly say this before I wrap up this program. I said it just now, that in my next appearance on this program, I'm going to be dealing with issues that have to do with our people. Because today, you can see that not just in the Edo State alone, but across the nation, the suffering that our people, the excruciating pain that our people are going through in an attempt to earn a living. Yeah. But given the opportunity, I keep saying this, I don't even have my money to spend for Edo people. But the little one that is available, meant for the development of this state, meant to service the people of this state, from security to education to health and to other infrastructure, we will make sure. I didn't allow, it's on record that, I want to say this, on record that some local government chairmen today are blaming the state government for deducting their money. I didn't allow the state government then to deduct a dime from, I didn't allow it to deduct a dime from my local
Our time is up on John YAKUBU. It's a delight to have you on the program, Road to Edo 2024. We know that in the build-up to the 2024 governorship election, we'll be having more of you here to talk with us and talk to your party members and talk to Edo people. I want to say big thanks to the entire crew for making the program a huge success. Be sure to join us on Wednesday at 5:30 for a fresh edition of the program. Till then, stay blessed and bye for now.